This conference will now be recorded.
So today we will be starting our next topic, that is goods issue. The topics that we are going to cover in goods issue, they are, we will see what are the types of goods issue. Goods issue with and without reference, difference between withdrawal for random sampling and scrapping, effects of goods issue for a cost center, okay, and goods issue with reference to a reservation, goods issue with reference to a production order, and we will see difference between planned and unplanned goods issue. Okay, so goods issue. So a goods issue is a goods movement that leads to a reduction in stock. Just give me one minute. So a goods issue basically, a goods issue is a goods movement that leads to a reduction in stock. So here we are issuing the stocks. We are issuing a stock, so that will lead to a reduction in the stock. So the following types of goods issue are possible, like issue of a material for a production order. Okay, so production department needs some material, so for that you will issue some material, so that is called issue. And withdrawal for random sampling purposes. Okay, withdrawal for random sampling purposes, that means the quality people will do the quality inspection. That time they need some material samples, so that for that you will do goods issue. And scrapping of material, internal staging of material for other purposes. Let's say in your company there is some material, you decided that it no longer can be used, so that time you will do the scrapping of the material. That is also comes under goods issue. And shipping of goods to a customer. So you have manufactured a product, we have manufactured a product, and we will issue the product to the customer. Okay, so that time it is called goods issue to the customer. Okay, so the transaction you enter is determined by the movement type you selected. Okay. The movement type also determines which additional account assignment data you have to specify. Okay, the movement type also determines which additional account assignment data you have to specify. Okay, so we will see this in the system. Okay, so basically there are two types of goods issue. One is planned goods issue. Another one is unplanned goods issue. So planned goods issue, like you issue raw materials to the production. So production department needs some raw materials for a production order. You will issue those materials to the production. That is the planned one. Okay. Another one is you issue the product to the customers. You manufacture the product and you issue the product to the customer. So which is called consumption for sales order. Okay. And another withdrawals. There are some other withdrawals which are planned one, like issue the material to the cost center, asset for a particular asset and for a particular project. All these are called withdrawal. So you are issuing the material. These are planned goods issue. Now there are some issues which are unplanned, like withdrawal for sample. You want to test some material, so you will take some sample from the stock. And the scrapping means you are going to discard the material. Like you have a material, after certain time you decided that this material cannot be used anymore, so that time you will scrap the material. So these are called unplanned goods issue. So there will be planned goods issue and there will be unplanned goods issue. We will see all these things in the system. Okay, so first we will start with unplanned goods issue. Various transactions takes place within an enterprise for which a goods issue without reference is entered. Okay, sometimes suddenly you do some material, you do the goods issue without any reference, which is called unplanned goods issue. For example, you might have to scrap materials that have become unusable. Okay, so you identified there are some materials in your organization which cannot be used anymore. So that time you will do the scrapping, or 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 take or take random samples of materials for quality control purposes. Okay, so you have some materials in the organization which you want to do quality inspection. That time you will take some random samples. Okay, so withdrawals for consumption can only be booked out of unrestricted use stock. So normally unplanned goods issue, planned goods issue will be done from the unrestricted use stock, but still a withdrawal for random sampling or scrapping, on the other hand, can also be booked out of stock in quality inspection or blocked stock. For random sampling and for scrapping, you can do issue from the quality stock and even from the blocked stock. So this I will show it in the system. So these are the situations of unplanned goods issue. Okay, so I'll show you one unplanned goods issue, like goods issue for a cost center. Okay, so in your company they need a material for a cost center, so that you can do for a unplanned goods issue. So I'll go to log on to the system. Okay, so I will take a material in the system. Okay, so let me take this material. Okay, so here, if you go here, I'll check the stock of this material. I'm checking the stock. So we have a lot of stocks. Let's say I want to issue this material to the a production. Suppose a department needs this material. Okay, so they have not given any reference document. So without any reference document, you can issue the stocks. So we are now starting with unplanned goods issue. So basically, goods issue, there are two types. One is unplanned goods issue. Okay, next one is planned goods issue. Planned goods issue. Okay, there are two types: unplanned goods issue, planned goods issue. Now we are starting with unplanned goods issue. Okay, so here I'm doing the one for goods issue for cost center. Okay, so this is the one type of unplanned goods issue. Let's do this. Okay, so go to the transaction Migo as usual. Migo transaction. Okay, here you select. Now previous classes good receipt, we selected good receipt. Now you need to select goods issue. Here we don't have any reference document. It is an unplanned one. So select other. Okay, select other, and movement type you put it as 201. Goods issue for cost center. You don't have any reference document here. So this is the unplanned goods issue. So now enter the material. Okay, so let's say I want to issue this material. Take the material, enter the material, go to quantity. Let's say I want to issue 50, where movement type is 201. We are issuing the goods to the cost center. This is the plant and this is the storage location from which we are issuing. Okay, as the material is batch managed, enter the batch number. This is a batch number. Enter the batch number. Enter. I entered all the data. Now check once. It will ask for the account assignment to which cost center we are issuing the material. So go to account assignment. You enter the cost center. So I entered the cost center. Okay, check again. Okay, now the document is okay. So we are issuing the stock to a cost center, which is an unplanned one. So now you post it. So out of the stock total 74, we are issuing 50 stock. So there will be a reduction of stock. Okay, so now let's post it. I'm posting this. Okay, so I posted the stock. I did the goods issue. Now if you go to the stock overview, out of 74 stock of this batch, we issued 50. Now the stock will become 24. When I refresh the screen, see, the stock has become 24. Okay, now even if you right click on the stock, go to material movements, you can see it. See, with 201 movement, today 5/11/2018, we issued 50 liters of stock. The movement type is 201. So this is how you do goods issue for a cost center. For a cost center. Okay, so which is a unplanned goods issue. Unplanned goods issue. Okay, now the another is sampling. Sampling. Okay, so we'll discuss about sampling. So in random samples are usually taken within the framework of quality control measures. Okay, in the organizations there will be a quality control department. To do inspection of materials, they will take samples, random samples. Frequently, only a small quantity of materials undergoing quality inspection is actually checked or tested. Okay, so suppose let's say you have 100 liters of material. To do quality inspection, from this 100 liter, they will take only certain quantity, 0.5 liter they will take. And then on this 0.5 liter, they will do the quality inspection. During the quality inspection, this 0.5 liter stock will get consumed. So this is the sample quantity we need to book in the system. Okay, so to ensure that the quantity to be checked is removed from stock, you post a sample. Okay, so there are again two types of samples: destructive sampling and non-destructive sampling. So destructive sampling means to ensure that the quantity to be checked is removed from stock, you post a sample. If the checking or testing process is destructive, you enter a withdrawal for sampling. Okay, so after the quality inspection, the stock will get consumed. The stock cannot be used, or stock is not available. So if that is the case, you go for destructive sampling. Destructive sampling. Okay, now the another one is non-destructive sampling. Okay, first let's start with destructive sampling. So this is a one. Okay, you have a material. This material is having 100 pieces. And to do quality inspection on these 100 pieces, you will take 5 pieces. And you do quality inspection. So during the quality inspection, these 5 pieces will be consumed. So now the new stock will become 95 pieces. Okay, so which is called, that samples got consumed, so which is called destructive sampling. So the movement type here used is from unrestricted use stock, it is 333 movement. Okay, whereas if you take the samples from quality inspection stock, the movement type is 331. If you take the samples from blocked stock, it will be 335 movement. Okay, so now we will see this in the system. So destructive sampling. So let's say we have this material, same material. Okay, let me go back. Here you have what do you call let's say you take this material, you have a stock of 250 liter with batch number 850. Now this I want to do quality inspection. Or let's do for this quality inspection. We have a 24 liter in unrestricted use with this batch number. For this I want to do quality inspection. So I want to take 0.5 liter from this stock and then I will consume it. Okay, so how to do that goods issue? So what you need to do, again go to MIGO transaction, goods issue, select goods issue, other. Now here the movement type will be 333 from the unrestricted use stock. So from the movement types list, you select 333 here. 333 withdrawal for sampling from unrestricted use stock. So enter that movement type, enter. So now enter the material which you are going to take. This is the material I am going to take. Okay, the material is this one. Okay, this is the material. Enter the material quantity. Let's say I want to take 0.5 liter for my quality inspection, where this is the this is the plant and this is the storage location. Now enter the batch number. So batch number is this one, 848. Copy. Okay, enter the batch number. Enter. Go to account assignment. That's okay. Now check. Okay, again enter the cost center. Enter. Done. Check. Okay, everything is okay. Okay, Now you post it. Okay, so we have done the posting. Now the stock will get reduced by another 0.5 liter. If I refresh the screen, see stock is reduced by another 0.5 liter. So this is what you do for destructive sampling. So the stock will not be available anymore. We consume that stock during the inspection process, which is called destructive sampling. Now the another one is non-destructive sampling. Okay, so if the material can still be used after the checking or testing process, it is sensible to define the laboratory or checking testing point as a separate storage location and book the material to be checked into the storage location. So that means during the inspection process, testing process, you use the stock, but that stock can be used even after the completion of testing. So that if that is the case, you go for non-destructive sampling. So that sample will not get destructed. Okay, so this is the one. So here you have the stock in quality inspection. Let's say you have the stock in quality inspection. You take the sample. Okay, you take the sample. What you do, you transfer it to another storage location. You take it into a storage location. Okay, and then this is the 323 moment. Take the sample. Okay, and then once it is quality inspection is done, you will move it to back to the unrestricted use after release. Okay, and the remaining stock you will be moving it to the another storage location, and then you will move it to back. Okay, so that's what you will do. So withdrawal and cancellation of sample, the system creates an accounting document. So this is you can do. So the sample quantity you will move it to a intermediate storage location. So that's what you will do. Okay, so which is called non-destructive sample. Once the quality inspection is completed, you will move it back to the either to the unrestricted use stock or directly to the another storage location where it is can be used. Okay, so this is called non-destructive sampling. Okay, so the ones which we're discussing is, first we have discussed goods issue for the cost center. Now the next one is sampling. All these are unplanned goods issue. Here you have again two types: destructive and non-destructive. Destructive. Okay, now the third one is scrapping. So we will discuss about now scrapping. So what is scrapping? Okay, you enter a scrap posting if a material can no longer be used, for example because it has been damaged or because its minimum shelf life has been exceeded. So in your organization you identified that there are some stocks of a material which cannot be used anymore. Okay, or its shelf life, its expiry has been exceeded. So if that is the case, you go for scrapping, discarding the material. Scrapping is possible from each of the three stock types and is in the standard system. The following movement types have been defined for scrapping. So you can do scrapping from any stock type. You can do it from unrestricted use stock, you can do from quality inspection stock, or you can do it from blocked stock also. So these are the movement types. 551 movement type is from unrestricted use stock. 553 movement type is from quality inspection stock, and 555 is from withdrawal for scrapping from blocked stock. So scrapping causes a reduction in the associated stock. So when you do the scrap, stock will get reduced. Stock will get write off from the system. Okay, so this is the one. Let's say you have a material with the stock of 100 pieces. Okay, 100 pieces. Now you decided that you want to scrap 10 pieces. So when you do this scrapping, the stock will become 90 pieces, and at the same time the value also will get adjusted to 180. Okay, so here these are the movement type. If you do the scrapping from the unrestricted use stock, the movement type will be 551. If you do it from quality inspection stock, it is 553. If you do it from blocked stock, it will be 555. So now this we will see it in the system. So we will do the scrapping. So if you go here, let me go back. 30, right? Okay. System got disconnected, it seems. Let me log in again. Okay, I logged in again. Okay, I'll take the material. This is a material I'm taking. Okay, so now I want to scrap this entire stock. I want to scrap this entire stock, let's say. After a certain period, it is decided that this stock cannot be used anymore. Okay, so I want to scrap this stock from the system. So to do that, you have to use the scrapping. Go to Migo, again go to Migo, again goods issue, other, select other. Now here the movement type from the unrestricted use stock, the movement type is 551. Okay, so select the movement type from the list. Okay, 551. 551. Withdrawal for scrapping from unrestricted use stock. So select this movement type, enter. Here, as this is an unplanned one, as there is no reference document, we have to enter all the data one by one. So what is my material? I want to scrap this material. Now the quantity is 23.5. 23.5. Enter it. Okay, from where? This is the plant and this is the storage location. Vendor not required. Batch. Okay, so batch is 848. Okay, check. It is asking to enter the vendor. Okay, let's enter the vendor. Okay, the vendor. Check. Okay, all done.
Bon, your screen's frozen. I can't see.
Oh, pardon?
Your screen is frozen. I still can't see exactly what's happening.
Prakash, my screen is not moving. Prakash, are you there?
Oh, it is moving soon. I'm able to see.
Oh, I just caught up.
Asking just log in if possible. Yeah. Okay. So check the button. Check the button. Now post it. So we have done the scrapping. So this is how you can do the scrapping. So now as we did the scrapping, the stock will not be showing anymore in the system. So I'm refreshing the screen. See, the stock is no more visible. So either you can do the scrapping from any type of stock. Either you can do from unrestricted use stock, just we have seen, okay, and you can do it from quality inspection stock also, or you can do it from blocked stock also. These are the respective goods movements. So this is the scrapping. Okay, so we have discussed now, as of now, all the unplanned goods issue. Okay, next we will be discussing is planned goods issue. Okay, so before that, we will understand effects of goods issue. Whenever you do the goods issue, the following effects will take place. A material document and an accounting document are generated. So as we discussed previously, whenever you do any goods movement, system will generate a material document and an accounting document. Okay, and in case of goods issue, the stock of the material is reduced. In case of GR, stock is increased. In case of GA, goods issue, the stock of the material is reduced. Okay, and the value of the material withdrawn is booked out of the stock and it's posted to an offset account depending upon the relevant transaction. So stock value will be posted to an offset account, which is from the finance side of SAP. Okay, depending upon the transaction you are using. Okay, that is the one thing. Now, if consumption update has been defined for the movement type, the consumption for this material is increased by the quantity withdrawn. So whenever you do goods issue consumption, goods issue means you are consuming the stock. So whenever you do the consumption, if for that particular movement type, if the consumption update has been defined, then consumption data will get increased in the system for that material. Okay, so I'll show you this where you can see the consumption data. If you take this material, if you go to material master, MM03, select any view, go here, enter the plant, go inside. Now, if you click on top, there is a button, additional data. Click on that button. Here, once you click on that additional data button, you will see some tabs here. If you go here, there is a tab called consumption. If you go to this tab, you can see the consumption is getting updated here. So in the month of 11/2018, as of now, total consumption is 50. So whenever you do goods issue, the consumption data will get updated automatically, provided you make the setting for that particular moment type. For that particular moment type, you have to make the setting consumption update. This I will show you when we go to the configuration. So this is also happens during the case of goods issue. Basically, consumption data will get updated. Okay. Now the other one is a distinction is made between planned and unplanned withdrawals. If the withdrawal is planned, total consumption is updated. Okay. And if the withdrawal is unplanned, total and unplanned consumption are updated. That's what will happen. Okay. So this is the planned and unplanned consumption. Okay. So these are the effects will takes place when you do the goods issue. Okay. So now we will start with planned goods issue. That means this planned goods issue means already you planned a issue, consumption planned in advance. Accordingly, you will post the goods issue. So one is goods issue against a reservation or goods issue for reservation. Okay. Another one is goods issue for production order. Goods issue for production order. So you have these two types of goods issues. Okay, these are the planned ones. So here you will have a reference document. So first we will start with goods issue against a reservation. So in your organization, a particular department needs some material. What they do, they will create a reservation. Okay, they will create a reservation. You will issue the material against that reservation. So during that time, it will create a material document, accounting document, and it will update the respective stock account and consumption accounts, and the reservation also will get updated. Okay, and at the same time, once you do the goods issue, that reservation will not become relevant for MRP. Okay, so let's say I am working in a quality control department. I need some material. Okay, I need some material for my cleaning purposes. Then I will create a reservation. Against that reservation, they will issue the stocks. So this is which is called planned goods issue. So let's create the reservation. Okay, MB21, create reservation. This reservation concept topic we will be discussing in a separate topic in detail, reservations. Okay, as of now, just see how to create the reservation. So let us take one more material, because for this material now we don't have stocks, right? Just one. Let us take one more material. Okay, let me take this nitric acid. Let's check the stock, how much stock it is having. MMB. Okay, stock in quality. Just 1 minute. Let us take one more material. Let's take this nitric acid 92. We have some stocks for this nitric acid. In the storage location at 000, we have 250. Now let's say quality control department require this nitric acid for cleaning purpose. Let's say for some testing purpose or some cleaning purposes they require. So what they do, they create a reservation. MB21 is a transaction. Okay, so they enter the moment type 201. Okay, in this plant they require, and the date is this one. Enter. Okay, so now here they enter the cost center. Let's say quality control department, they will have their cost center. Let me check the cost center. Quality control. Just 1 minute. Let me enter the cost center for quality control department. So quality department, they require this material. Okay, let's say, so I'm taking this cost center. Okay, take that cost center. Now enter them, they will enter the material. What material they require? They require this material. They require this material. Let's say they require 100 liter. Okay, done. Okay, now you can enter, if they know the batch number, they can enter the batch number, or you can keep it as blank also. Okay, so now they will save this. So they are creating a reservation. They want a material, they are creating a reservation. Okay, so this is the reservation created. So go to reservation, change. This is my reservation number. Against this reservation, now they will issue the material. So let's go to Migo again. Okay, so let's go to Migo. Let's go to Migo transaction. Okay, now select goods issue. Now here, now you have the reference document because it is a planned one. So select goods issue reservation. So goods issue reservation. Now you enter the reservation number here. Enter. The moment you entered, see all the data has got copied from the reservation. Copied from the reservation. Quantity okay. Where you know the storage location. Only thing is now you need to enter the batch. Okay, so what is the batch number? Let's say they want, we are issuing from this batch 950. Okay, enter the batch number. Enter. All done. Check. Everything is okay. Everything is okay. Now they post it. Okay, they posted it. So we are issuing a stock against a reservation. So now if you go to MMBE, the stock will get reduced by 100. Refresh the screen. See, stock has become 150. 150. Okay, now if you put the cursor on the stock, right click, go to material movements. See, we issued 100 liter stock. The movement type is 20. Okay, so this is the planned goods issue. Goods issue for a reservation. Goods issue for a reservation. So concerned department, they will create a reservation. In that they will enter what material they require in which plant, for which cost center or whatever the account assignment, and they will give the requirement date. Using that reservation number, you will issue the stock, which is called goods issue against reservation. Now the next one is goods issue for production order. So in the organization, production department always require a material. Always they require materials. To manufacture a product, they need raw materials. They need raw materials. Let's say I want to manufacture a pump. To manufacture a pump, I need these components, these raw materials. So they will create a production order. Whenever they create a production order, system will automatically create a reservation in the background. Reservation in the background for all the components. So now, using this production order, they will do the goods issue. Goods issue with the movement type is 261. 261. And this is again planned goods issue. And even sometimes they need some extra materials. That time you can post unplanned goods issue also with reference to, without reference to an order. That also possible. But normal scenario, they will post through a production order. This I will show it in the system. Goods issue for production order. Okay, so production people, whenever they require a material, manufacture a product, they will create a production order. I'll take a material. I take a finished product now. Let's say they want to manufacture Pepsi bottle 1 liter. Okay, so they will create a production order. I'll create a production order now. CO01. Don't worry about this transaction. This production order will be created by PP team, production planning team. They will create. They want to manufacture this product in this plant. They will enter a order type. Enter. Let's say they want to manufacture 100 bottles. 100 bottles. Current date I will use. So whenever they create a production order, if you see there is a button called component. So these many raw materials are required. These raw materials are required. Empty bottle, bottle cap, and solution. And these are the quantities. So whenever we create a production order, system for the components automatically will create a reservation. I will show you this. First, let me save this production order. I am saving the production order. Okay, production order got created. If you go to production order display mode, okay, you see this is the quantity I want to produce, and these are the components. These are the components required in this quantity. Now here system will automatically create a reservation. Suppose if you go to assignment tab, system will automatically create a reservation. See, this is the reservation number. Okay, see, automatically it will create a reservation. Okay, so if you see these reservation details, double click or take the reservation number, you can see it in the transaction MB23. Okay, so go to MB23, go to this transaction, enter the reservation number. You can see here the movement type is 261. This is the order number, and these are the components. These are the components with these quantities reserved already. Now they will do the goods issue, but first let's release the order. I'll go to change mode. This production order creation and everything release will be taken care by production PP team. Don't worry, I'm releasing the production order. That's okay. Now even if you do the material availability check, missing parts overview, which empty bottle is not in stock. Okay, so let me post some stock for this. Okay, let me save this. Okay, now I'll post some stocks. Just 1 minute now. MB1C 561 I will do. Storage location. This is the one. I'll post 10,000 stock. Yes, for one of the material stock is not there, so I'm just posting it. I posted it. Now let's go to the order again. We'll do the material availability check. Now all checked materials in the order are available. That's okay. Now what they do, as they created reservation, it will do the goods issue. So production people can do through MIGO. Either they can do through MIGO. Okay, the goods issue for production order can be done through either through MIGO, or it can be done through MB31 also, or they can do through during confirmation. They do through a transaction called backflush during confirmation, a concept called confirmation. They will do through backflush. I don't know how many of you are worked on PP. Okay, so can be done, but I will show you our normal one, MIGO, goods issue for production order. Okay, so again, what is our production order? C03. This is our production order. Okay, so let's do the MIGO, MIGO. Okay, here select goods issue. Now here you see there is a order option called order, because this is a planned one. Again, the movement type is 261. Enter the production order number, enter. Document does not contain any selectable items. There might be a backflush activated. Just 1 minute. 00. Okay, go to components. There might be backflush activated. Yeah, okay, let me save this. Okay, now let's do the MIGO again. So select goods issue, order, enter the production order number, enter. See, now all the three components have come. All the three components have come. Here, now you will enter the batch numbers. You will enter the batch numbers. As the components are batch managed, we need to enter the batch numbers. So let's enter the batch numbers one by one. Just to give me 1 minute. What is the material? Empty bottle, right? Empty bottle, this is the code. Okay, so let's go to MMB. We need to enter the batch numbers, right? So this is the one. Let me take this batch. Let me enter the batch number, empty bottle. This is a batch number. Entered. Now next one is bottle cap. This is a material code. Okay. Okay, so this is a batch number. We take this batch number. I'll enter the batch number. Enter. Now last one is Pepsi bulk solution. This is a material code, component code. As the materials are batch managed, we have to enter the batch number during goods issue. Okay, so this is a material batch number. Okay, entered it. So we are issuing these components and this much of quantities to the production department against the production order. Goods issue we are doing. So now check. Everything is okay. Everything is okay. Now post it. This is how they do. Okay, we have done this. Now if you see, once the goods issue has been done, the reservation will get closed. So if you go to the reservation, Suppose if I go to the production order again, CO03. If I go to the production order, the reservation number is this one. So suppose if I go to the reservation MB23, if I go to the reservation, see all the reservation movement completed. The completed checkbox are activated here. Okay, here you see, double click. Here if you see, final issue indicator has been done. That means we have issued all the stocks against the reservation. Okay, so this is how you do the goods issue for production order. So we have discussed unplanned goods issue and planned goods issue. Okay, so with this we are done with goods issue. Okay,